So your Triarch Praetorians, you can get them for $55 or £32.50 in UK pounds. Now they're going to be one of your fast attack options within the Necron Codex, and they're an infantry core unit. However, they do have the Dynastic Agents keyword, so you can't be adding any dynasty codes to the unit. Now if you do take the unit, they're not going to affect your dynasty code at all. You can still add dynastic agents within your list, but yeah, they don't get any codes. Now they are 22 points per model. They're pretty quick with a 10-inch movement, and they do have the fly keyword, so they can be attacking aircrafts, flying over the top of other models and terrain features and things like that. Now weapon wise, you come with two options here. Either you've taken the Rod of Covenants, which are both strength 5, minus 3 AP and 2 damage. This is both in shooting and in melee. So the Rod of Covenant is pretty good against units such as Space Marine models, units that have got 2 wounds per model, because yeah, 2 damage is going to take one of those models off the table every time they fail a saving throw. Now don't be using these against the Death Guard because of that -1 to the damage with that disgustingly resilient rule that they have. So yeah, against Death Guard this isn't worth it at all. Don't forget as well, Armour of Contempt is going to knock that minus 3 AP down to minus 2 AP. Now in fact you can increase the strength of the melee side of the weapon with the Disruption Field Stratagem for 1 command point, so this will in fact be a strength 6 weapon in melee. So that is a little bit more beneficial going up against toughness 3, you're now wounded on a 2+, but the damage will probably go to waste because damage 2 against a toughness 3 model, yeah, doesn't really need it. But on the other foot, if you're going up against a toughness 5 faction, maybe you're going up against Custodes, so yeah, this could be beneficial against those. Again, not Death Guard though. Now the other weapon options, there's 2 weapons here. First of all, you get the Particle Casters, which are 12-inch range. They're 2-shot pistols at strength 6, no AP and only 1 damage. And these are good against those toughness 3 models. Wounded on the 2+, you don't really need any AP against them because they're already going to have a pretty poor armor save, and only 1 damage is all you really need against those kind of models. Armour of Contempt is going to have no effect on them because they're already at 0 AP, and they can be shot into combat as well because they are pistols, don't forget that. It can be easily forgot. Now the other weapon that it comes with is the Void Blade. This is only strength 5, but it is minus 3 AP and 1 damage, and you do get an additional attack with this weapon. They do come with 3 attacks base, so that'd be 4 attacks with the Void Blade. It's effectively a power sword, but a Necron power sword if you like. Now regardless of what weapon type you take, Triarch Praetorians kind of play the same style. So they're going forward, first wave of attack. Hopefully they're going to be clearing off some screen units, and or they're going to be breaking into enemy lines. Where they gain speed, they definitely lack the power, they definitely lack the punch. They're not exactly a Scorpic Destroyer unit with that high AP, high strength and high damage. For me, they're going to need babysitting, and the only way to babysit this kind of unit is with the Silent King. Because they're dynastic agents, you need a Silent King model to buff them, buffing their range attacks, buffing their melee attacks. Furthermore, the Silent King also is going to boost their movement because they're core. Relentless March Aura is going to give them a +1 to movement, which will now make that an 11-inch movement, which is pretty quick really. And you can even boost that with the Protocol of Sudden Storm to make that a 12-inch move because they do have command protocols after all. Now if you weren't buffing them with the Silent King, the only other way I can think of to buff them is by using their stratagem, Judgment of the Triarch. It's 1 command point, and you can add 1 to their hit rolls, whether it's the shooting phase or the fight phase. In fact, you can use it in both the phases if you want, but that of course is going to start really rinsing out your CP. Now in terms of other unit synergy, you could take a Technomancer. Now all the main abilities from the Technomancer are not going to work, however there is the Phylactery Hive Arcana, which is 15 points, and it basically means you can use your Rites of Reanimation ability on your Triarch Praetorians once per game. Now Triarch Praetorians are 22 points, this Arcana is 15. Is it worth it? Probably not going to be worth it just to gain the extra 7 points. You've got the option if you want it. And one final option is one of the Chronomancer models, but it's not a Chronomancer, it's Orokin the Diviner. He's able to grant rerolls to the charge rolls, as well as a 5+ invulnerable save to friendly Necron units within 9 inches. Now he's not going to be able to keep up with them as good because he's only moving 5 inches himself, but maybe you manage to advance him, keep him up with your Triarch Praetorians, give them an invuln save and a rerollable charge. It's okay I guess, but you're probably not going to use Orokin the Divine. Overall I just don't think there's much unit synergy with Triarch Praetorians. And in terms of the fast attack, I think we just got better options elsewhere. They're competing with the Canoptic Wraiths as well as Canoptic Scarabs and the Tomb Blades as well, which are good for actions too. So for a rating today, I'm going to be giving the Triarch Praetorians a Planet 40k rating of only 2 star.